My name is Andarini Ranu, and I will be explain about the translation process of the English poem in the title of The Weight of Wings. Here is the original poem, and here is the target language poem. Happy watching! In this video, I will explain my translation process for my poem entitled The Weight of Wings, which I translated from English into Indonesian. First of all, I would like to explain the translation stages. The first stage is the pre-translation stage. In this stage, I read the poem several times to understand its theme, emotion, and message. The poem talks about the imposter syndrome, which mean the feeling of being trusted by others while still doubting ourselves. I also identify important figurative expressions such as "they handed me the sky" and "a part of me bloomed." The second stage is the while translation stage. During this stage, I translated each line by applying lexical equivalents while maintaining the emotional meaning of the poem. For example, I translated "they handed me the sky" not literally as "mereka menyerahkan langit kepadaku," but as a metaphor that represents trust and responsibility. I also adjusted sentence structures to make the translation sound natural in Indonesia while preserving the original feeling. The final stage is the post-translation stage. After completing the translation, I reread both versions and compared them. I revised several lines to improve readability and ensure that the Indonesian versions, "Beratnya Sayap," flowed naturally as a poem rather than sounding like a word-by-word translation. One difficulty I encountered was translating figurative language, when expressions in the poem have symbolic meanings that cannot be translated literally. For example, is the phrase "I bloomed" represents personal growth, not as a flower bloom, while "carry the sky" symbolized accepting responsibility. Another challenge was maintaining the emotional tone of doubt, gratitude, and hope at the same time. I needed to choose Indonesian words that were easy to understand without losing the original meaning and poetic feeling of the poem. In conclusion, translating poetry requires not only linguistic accuracy, but also sensitivity to emotion, imaginary, and cultural feeling. My goal was to create a translation that remains faithful to the original poem while sounding natural to Indonesian readers. And I think that's all. Thank you very much for watching.